Hey, I'm in Chicago, and for those of you who know about Chicago, it's very, very much the music capital of the Midwest. Forget Nashville, Chicago's where it's at for music. Anyone who's seen the Blues Brothers knows that. Hopefully, you enjoy these tours of some of the most eccentric musical places Chicago has to offer, because it's my favorite musical town there is. Enjoy.
This is Andy's Music, 2300 West Belmont, Chicago. We specialize in exotic instruments from around the world. We specialize in Paiste gongs, one of the biggest Paiste gong dealers in the world. We also have a pro drum shop. People come in and get their sitar or sat strings or ektar strings. So hard to get picks for sats, things like that
wow.
Most people can't get.
I don't know what most of those words are that you're saying. Yeah.
We also probably one of the few, I would say in at least the Midwest, I'm sure on the East or West Coast, but that we carry a complete line of harpsichords. This is just the demo one.
Yeah.
Andy brought 10 back from Italy. This is one of the plainer ones. And Andy has a 13-footer dual manual one. It's really elaborately painted at the warehouse. But I mean, you don't have to, the thing about Andy likes to have really high-end stuff.
Sure.
Andy's philosophy is like you can come in and spend like $50,000 on gongs. People do it.
Yeah.
But you can also spend $36 on a gong. We're not like exclusive either way. We want people, they only get a couple of bucks, they can buy a pair of sticks or
sure.
Something like that. Oh yeah. Those are really nice.
How do you play this?
Dulcimer, I can learn how to play it. I am not a dulcimer player, but it's like, I'm not a string instrument, I'm a drum set player, of course.
Okay.
We do have a few exclusive, like really high-end guitars. These are Mark Minarecks, these are James Trussards, but there's a lot of people in the rock and roll music business down the street and around the world and online, so we try to be another kind of store that's...
You're going to help those guys out too. I've never even seen this clownfish before.
Oh yeah, one of them has a speaker in it, the one in the middle.
See that, that's amazing.
This is a dobro.
Okay.
Also known as a resonator guitar, popularized by Mississippi Delta blues musicians in the 20s and 30s when they were playing juke joints and there was no amplification and they wanted to get a louder sound for a slide guitar.
So how does it sound different? They almost amplify the sound a little bit more?
It's a metal guitar as opposed to a wood guitar, and there's like a metal speaker in there that resonates, and it's a little louder than say playing on just a wooden guitar. It's a little brighter, little harsher sounding. And then
you play it just normal like you would play a regular guitar?
Well, no, that's a good question because you see this is a round neck, but that one has a square neck. So that's made for the go on the lap, to play a lap style. And this one is made to play guitar style, like with a strap. So you can tell the function of a guitar if it's got a square round neck.
Got it. Interesting.
Keytar.
Good.
That's kind of cool.
Very important.
It's a string instrument, but it has a keyboard on it. It's not
a fake like synth pop 80s guitar either. It's a real.
It's not a synthesizer at all. It can be played acoustically, or it does have a pickup.
Wow.
It's kind of funny about our flute wall here, and then you can pick up a flute and it's $30. And then a matter of fact, the other day a guy picked out a flute he really liked.
Yeah.
Didn't have a price on it, and it's like he's a piece of wood, right? And I look at it, it's $750. You can pick up one is 30, and another one you pick up it's $4,000.
The kind of wood.
Some are rare, some are just rare, made by master makers or deceased. And here's one of my favorite instruments. Here.
Wow. Look at
these are like $16,000 a piece.
Yeah, I believe that.
3 of them were made by a master maker who only made 40 something in his life and is deceased. A guy.
What year would you say those were made?
I don't know. We have some like 60s sitars. So sitar selection. These are our rarest sitars, and some of these are like 30, 40 years old. I don't know which is which.
Okay.
Turkish kanun. It's kind of interesting. This is a Chinese style zither. Here, I think they're called Can from Cambodia. They're quite interesting.
Unbelievable.
These are really interesting instruments. I don't know.
How would you play something like that?
Oh, I can't play them, but it's kind of like. Let's see if I can do this here. It's like. we had a former employee here who could really play this thing. He studied with the Hmong people. So it's kind of like harmonica or accordion sounding.
Wow. You can play a donkey jaw.
Mexican music, Peruvian music, Afro-Cuban music.
How would you do what?
Donkey jaw is kind of like this. It's kind of like... I'm not a...
Yeah. Right, of course. All right. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it. This is Jason Hockney at Andy's Music Shop, Chicago, Illinois. About to play the theremin.
Maybe on tour or you got booked or something.
Yeah, that's actually left word.
Hello, my name is Ian Schneller, and I've been operating Specimen Products here in Chicago. This will be the 25th year, and this my current project I'm working on is this Specimen horn speaker. It's an enlarged version of my little horn speaker, this format here. And behind me we have the XL horn, standing at 8 feet tall. It's good for front of house applications, PA system, fill up an entire stadium.
Did you start this company with the idea that you were just going to make custom guitars, or how did it...
I started making custom guitars, but I came out of a visual arts background, and I always have made sonic, kinetic, electromechanical devices. So to me, it's all the same stuff.
Some of the customers that you're building these projects for, name some of the people you work with.
Andrew Bird, Jeff Tweedy, Death Cab for Cutie, Arcade Fire, a variety of people.
Sure. Okay, and these people can use these things at their performances and things like that as amplification,
Sure.
things like
Franz
that.
Ferdinand as well. He's got one of my guitars.
Now, in addition, you teach people how to fix and refurbish and things like that with guitar school.
I offer classes, setup and maintenance, fretting classes, blueprint drawing, design and theory, and constructive techniques. We also build tube amplifiers in classes, and these are some of my high fidelity amplifiers over here. We're listening to a 2A3. It's 3.5 watts per channel. But they reach very respectable listening levels through the little horn speakers.
That's amazing. And you work on civic projects as well? You were showing me a little bit yesterday in your book, something that you're trying to put together, sculpture.
Oh, it's a,
just things like that.
mechanical sonic installation, probably for Central Park, but we may install it this coming December at the Museum of Contemporary Art here in Chicago.
Okay, very cool. All right, man, I appreciate that. That was really all, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating what you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
It's amazing. It's places like this that make you think of high fidelity.